We are far from home, we samurai. Each new land teaches us new things. Each new ally makes us stronger. The Shugoki. Once our guardians, they have become as family. And what more fierce protectors could we ask for? The Kanabo is an unreasonable weapon. Clumsy. Dangerous. Unless you possess the strength of a demon. And an unbreakable will.
Everyone run for cover and hide your buffet bars. It's the heavy boy.
Real shit!
Shugoki is nothing short of a living, breathing apocalypse in human form. With a kanabo in hand and a demon mask to hide his face, there are few things more terrifying on the battlefield than this big boy here.
I'm bigger than you!
And bigger he is. Shugoki is not only the heaviest of all the heroes, he's also the tallest. The dude embodies the concept of an immovable object and an unstoppable force. In terms of historical analysis, there isn't a lot to say here that you can't guess for yourself. Shugoki literally means guardian demon, and that's just what they are. The weapon and mask he's wearing reference Oni demons in Japanese folklore who were known for their destructive nature. And as for his build, it's likely that he's based on sumo wrestlers. Contrary to popular belief, sumo is not just about fat guys slamming into each other. Sumo wrestlers train themselves tirelessly and build up muscle under their fat to make them harder to move. You'll see more sumo nods as we go further into this. And one last note I want to point out before we get started on anything else. Shugoki might be my boy now, but he wasn't always. You see, until recently, Shugoki was the joke of For Honor. He had a moveset so basic even Warden was making fun of him. His attacks were so predictable even a blind berserker could parry them. And his speed is the worst in all of For Honor, meaning that usually by the time he gets to the scene of the fight, his team is either finished without him or he's about to get ganked by the winning team. Needless to say, Shugo boy here was pretty pathetic.
This is hurting my feelings!
But all of that changed when he got a brand new update. And oh boy, was it an update. We'll go into that later once we talk about his fighting ability, but for now, let's talk about his arms and armor, because there's some great stuff to go into here. So, first of all, Shugoki here comes into the battle with... I'm done talking about this wooden armor. I'm ignoring it. We've gone into it. It's not worth going into, but alright. It's easy to see why some people call Shugoki the Roadhog of For Honor. The appearance is deceptive, though I think Shugoki would eat Roadhog like the pork sandwich he is.
Get in my belly!
Shugoki comes in with plate armor over his torso, and so does shoulder guards that are also seem to be made of plate armor here. Let's see, he has on a Nawa belt and an Obi sash around his waist, which with only a hakama as a cloth garment there. He's relatively well armored, and there's no helmet or kabuto here. What he's wearing on his face is called a somen mask, which is a full face mask modeled after an oni, but that wouldn't be much protection against anything. Honestly, it just looks intimidating, and it's meant to scare your opponent, which granted that would scare me, but otherwise there's no protection on the head. So honestly, he's our first samurai warrior without a helmet, so lose some points for that. The weapon here, though, is interesting. This is a fascinating weapon. This is the kanabo. A kanabo is a club with studs embedded in it. This weapon is like a hammer of the Jormungandr. It would be one of the few weapons that might prove dangerous to a fully armored opponent like a lawbringer. This is a heavy and clunky weapon in the hands of the untrained, but it's designed to bust open armor, break bones like plywood, and devastate opponents. Even behind a shield, the kanabo would likely do serious damage, as it would fracture bones in the armor hand. This is a weapon of the Oni, and it's deserving of that reputation. I mean, just look at it. Now, the size of it is a little big for what an actual kanabo would be, but in a lot of Japanese folklore, Oni are said to carry these massive kanabo, so maybe that's another nod to him being an Oni. Now, let's talk about the way my Shugoki looks. Are you ready for this? Look at this literal demon.
I no longer fear pain.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so, first of all, we have replaced the Somen mask with a Mengu mask, which looks like it's made of some kind of iron or steel. The armor is no longer wooden, which is great. It looks awesome. I love the ornament he has on his head, giving him a horn look, which is very, very nice. The white hair is a little much, but you know what? We'll take it. It's still cool. And just look at this bruiser and look at his weapon. Okay, I altered the Kanabo to have this dragon with bladed spikes running up around it, which just looks so awesome. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna lie, Shugoki is one of my favorite samurai warriors to play. Not just because of his looks and his aesthetic, but honestly because of how he fights. And how does he fight? Let's talk about it. So how do you fight with Shugoki? Shugoki is very simple to understand, but his simplicity is deceptive. He has a 2-hit combo limit, and his light attacks are very fast no matter which direction they fling from. His heavies can be charged up, meaning you can control the timing of when you swing your heavy, and after a certain period of charging, you gain hyper armor, meaning you can't be interrupted. In fact, every attack Shugoki throws has hyper armor. The moment you see my body light up white means that I'm throwing in hyper armor. That means that the dude is meant to be a wall and can't be stopped mid-swing at any point. Once his heavy is charged all the way up, it becomes unblockable, meaning you can be a devastating tank to any opponent. So to demonstrate, you can see a light, and then a heavy, but a charged heavy. Now the downside to the charged heavy is the more you charge it up, the easier it is to see coming, which means it can be parried. Which is why you want to alternate the timing. If your opponent expects you to do a full charge heavy, you can prevent it and just do a normal heavy. Now, like the sumo wrestler he's based on, Shugoki specializes in shove and guard breaks, so it's recommended you go for those whenever you get the chance, as you can do very lovely golf swing to knock your opponent down to the green and aim for that hole in one.
Hole in one!
Also, with your regular guard break, it also opens you up for another ability that we're just about to get started with. But we'll get to that in a minute. Shugoki's actually pretty slow, but while dashing and holding down the action button, he can actually speed himself up at the cost of a great deal of stamina. This is called his Demon Dash, and it drains your stamina like nobody's business, but if you manage to hit your opponent with it while running, it can knock them out of the way. This is a good way to enter a fight that's currently going on to separate the enemy. While in this mode, you have hyper armor and knocks anyone out of your way, friend or foe alike, so be careful around your friends when doing it. Now, that all seems pretty basic to you, and it should. All of this is pretty simplistic, but as I said before, Shugoki's actually a master of mix-ups. For example, the Shugoki can follow up any light or heavy attack with a headbutt, which stuns the opponent and opens up for another attack following it. Opponents who expect the headbutt will dodge to the side and might not be ready for your sudden heavy or zone attack that you throw instead. Hard feinting out of a heavy can be advantageous too, as it allows you to either parry an attempted attack or attempt a guard break to go for the aforementioned golf swing. But the most feared technique of the Shugoki is his Demon's Embrace. By starting a charged heavy attack and saw feinting into a guard break, Shugoki will run forward and catch his foe in a tender embrace and break that boy's back like a twig. Doing this successfully not only does moderate damage, but also heals Shugoki, much like Shaman's Bite attack. Shugoki can also do this move if he guard breaks an opponent successfully and shoves them instead of his golf swing. The ability to mix up attacks and fool opponents is one of Shugoki's claim to fame. It wasn't always like this, though. I must say, Shugoki wasn't always able to mix up like this, and I'll forever thank the developers for saving this character. He needed the rework. But that's about it for Shugoki. So any advice on him? Like I said, mix it up. You're a living, breathing tank. Swing for all you're worth, and then mix up into a Demon's Embrace. Charge into battle with a Demon Dash to throw your opponent off, and then spam a light into his side. Guard break and then golf swing for the fences. Never commit to just one style of attack, and don't be afraid to exchange blows. After all, you can take it, you've got the hyper armor. I'll demonstrate. Will, if you wouldn't mind trying to hit me. Notice how even though he hit me, my attack managed to go through him. That's the beauty of hyper armor. One more time. Do it again. Again, the beauty of the fact that this dude is a living tank. And now, just for a little bit of fun, ready?
For the game and all the pussy that come with it. So full of focus, I'm insisting on keeping it going. The franchise, I exist in a league of my own.
I hope that showed you guys just how horrifying Shugoki is. So anyway, after going through all that, let's talk about his executions. Alright guys, we've talked about how to fight with Shugoki, we've talked about how he looks, we've gone into a lot about Shugoki, so now let's go ahead and talk about his executions. And get ready guys, because some people call Shugoki the meme lord of the samurai, because many of his executions are rather funny. Kinjite.
Resistance is futile.
That's terrifying. Let's see it again. Okay, Kinjite is a word for an illegal move in sumo, which both of these are. A shot to the gut like that is illegal, and breaking of the neck is also illegal, so that fits. And what he's saying there is koremadeja, which means it's over. That's terrifying, but I love it. Okay, I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. That is amazing. Full dominance. Just scary. I love it. Dyspepsia. Ew, he put the kanabo in his ass. That's disgusting. Dyspepsia is the other term for a stomach ache or indigestion. And yeah, since it looks like he just put his kanabo up his bum, I guess that explains a lot. Yeah, but this one, nah, I don't know. I guess I'll give that one a 7 out of 10. It's okay. I don't have any problems with it. I think it's really cool, and I love any execution where he uses the kanabo in just such a devastating way. So yeah, 7 out of 10 works for this one. I really like it. Break in half. You know what? That's an 8 out of 10 for me. It's very basic, but it's good. This would definitely be lethal. You're breaking the spine with that shot. Very nice. I really like this one. This is an 8 out of 10, but there's not a lot to say about it. It's just, you know, you got the kanabo coming down on the back, breaking the back, and just, it's dominating. It's wonderful. I love it. Short, sweet, and to the point. Smashing success. Oh! Okay, I love the first part of this. Watch again. So throws him down, then breaks his legs. Like, you're just not going anywhere, and then crushes his head with the kanabo. Oh, that's so terrifying. 10 out of 10 on this one. This is perfect. Love that little laugh before he does it. Oh, You're so mean, Shugoki. You're so mean. I love it. Yeah, 10 out of 10. That's wonderful. The mountain.
Why are we still here? Just a
Big X to doubt on that one. Yeah, that is a definite 3 out of 10, only because there's no effing way anyone could smash a head with just your hand. That ain't happening, especially when you have a Kanabo to do it for you, which I could believe doing it. But I don't want to give it a failing grade because that's pretty awesome, though. I mean, I love how cool it is, but yeah, it's just a 3 out of 10 because I don't believe that could actually happen. Especially if your opponent's wearing a helmet like that. That would just be an impossible feat. But still, really cool. I don't want to hate on it too much. Shugoki Smash.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
Yeah, that speaks for itself. One more time.
Puny god.
Yeah, I have no other words for it. Yeah, that was the Hulk move. That was the Hulk smash, Shugoki smash, same thing. I'm gonna give that a 5 out of 10 because I don't think you could one-handed fling someone like that. But I still think that's really funny. Bonk. And heave. Just, what is he, a ragdoll? 5 out of 10. That one's still really cool, though. Doormat. Yeah, them boots were made for walking. And that's just what they'll do. One of these Daisy's boots are gonna stomp all over you. Yeah, that one is a 6 out of 10. I love that he's using his massive girth just to walk all over him. Did it break his... Did it actually pulverize his head? Let's see. Okay, it actually didn't destroy his head. That's actually good. I like that. Oh, and this perspective's so awful. I'm changing my score. Not a 6 out of 10. This is a 7 out of 10. I really like it. I really like it. Oh no. No. I love it so much. Oh gosh. This perspective makes it. I love it. Okay, 7 out of 10. Sit on it. You know, that feels like a big brother move, like a big brother sitting on his little brother just to be a jerk. And then, stop it. I don't know, I don't think that would kill necessarily, though. Yeah, I don't think that would kill anything. 4 out of 10. It's basic, it's silly, it's meant to be funny. Just here, take a seat. And stop. Yeah, that's a 4 out of 10. Nothing really to say about that one. Kind of weak. 1-inch punch. Again, I don't see that as deadly. It's funny, just... Wait, how did his foot come loose? He slams out on his foot, and then... Bop. And then somehow his foot comes out of the hole, I guess? Weird. I'll give that a 4 out of 10, too. That's a 4 out of 10. I don't see it as deadly, but it is funny, so I can't hate it. The punch is kind of cool, though. I think it's a reference to Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch. But he definitely did more than a 1-inch punch. Pinch hitter. Look at that hit. One more time. I don't think that you could actually take the head off that easy and send it flying like that. But you know what? I'll give it something. At least it didn't just pulverize the head, which would have been silly. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. That's a 5 out of 10. You'll notice that I'm being really low with the scores on Shugoki, and that's because while a lot of his executions are cool and I do like them, they're a little silly. I'm afraid they're all a little bit goofy, and that does have to lose points a little. So 5 out of 10 works. It's not bad. I like the rotation of the Kanabo here. Very nice. Burst your bubble.
No!
One more time. And done. I love how his hands come up like, please, no, no! And done. And his head is still there. Didn't pulverize it. Thank you, Shugoki, for not pulverizing it. Very nice. This one is 9 out of 10 for me. This is a 9 out of 10. That's a really good execution, and I believe it to be deadly. I believe it to be something that you could actually do. I like it. This is a good one. 9 out of 10, folks. Samurai Senton.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Oh my. Oh my god. One more time. Okay, so what he just said was, I had to crush your skull. This is so stupid. I don't even know where to go with it. He just butt slammed his head and destroyed it. I have no words. I don't even know where to start with this. Why would you butt slam him? Why would you do that? You're hurting your own tailbone, dude. And why is there no blood splatter on your pants? I do not believe that for a second. But it's funny. I'll give that a 3. I'll give that a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. It's too silly. It's just too silly, and there's no need for it when you have a Kanabo to do that job for you. But it does take full advantage of the fat man, so I can't hate you for it. Hip attack. Really? Really?
Because I'm fat, fat, fat. Really fat.
Ah. Okay, so that's a 1 out of 10. I do not like this because with some of the others I questioned their lethality. When I see guys slam their bellies into each other all the time. How is this deadly? How does that kill anyone? That's not deadly. Not even the groin shot looked deadly. Come on, if you're gonna groin shot the dude, at least make it terrifying. The Jormungandr made that. Take some tips from Jormungandr. This is a bad one. This is a really bad one. And you know what's sad? This is one of the Shugoki's first executions that they get. It's one of their defaults. So, I do not like it. This is a bad one. Not at all good. 1 out of 10. That's a bad one. Kimarite. Okay, Kimarite would be an excellent reference to sumo here because if you see the way he's slamming his legs down like this, so smack, and then watch the way he moves. I love the way he moves his fist there, but then bam. Kimarite is basically when you're talking about winning techniques in sumo bouts, so winning techniques or moves. And slamming your foot down on someone's head would not be a sumo move, but the way he's stomping like that is very sumo-like. But what I love here is not the foot slam, it is the way he moves his fist. Look at this. Bop! Ah, I felt that. Alright. And bop. What I do not like is it pulverize the head. Just bringing his foot down like that would not pulverize the head. So, gotta lose a few points for that. I'll give this an 8 out of 10 because I love the slam down. I love the foot stomp. But it is... I don't buy the head pulverization. Bombastic. No. Okay, so this is the feed execution. First we have the smoke bomb. Then the bow. it's just so unnecessary. I mean, using the bow and arrow isn't a problem in and of itself, but the smoke bomb was unnecessary. I think the only reason they did it was to make it different from the Kenseis. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. I'm just not a big fan of it. And the funny thing is, it could be lethal. That's not the issue. I don't like it. It's just so unnecessary. The smoke bomb was unnecessary. The bow and arrow bit was unnecessary. I'm not a fan of it. 3 out of 10. Not a big fan of this one. Okuma's Fling. Holy mess. Now this one only doesn't work because of the kind of Kanabo I have. I'm using a Kanabo without a blade at for the pommel, but some Kanabo types in this game have a blade or point on the pommel, so it could work in that sense, so I'll still count it. But just look at this. That is disgusting. And then belly flopping him off. See, that's how you do a belly flop execution. Alright, I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. That's an 8 out of 10 for me. That's really cool. I love the way he ends it. The bitch slap at the start makes it awesome. Slamming him in like, oh, it's so mean. I love it. I love it. 8 out of 10. That's awesome. And that is it, everybody. That is everything to the Shugoki. We've gone over everything. So, final thoughts, final things I can say about Shugoki. Remember how I said that Orochi was a testament to the good and bad things about For Honor? Shugoki's a testament to all the good things. Why? Because Shugoki started out, like I said, as a joke. Shugoki was such a waste of time. They were a non-threat. But then, after the fans and the gamers all came together and said, guys, the Shugoki needs help. The Shugoki's not a good contender. He really needs some help. The For Honor devs came together, rethought it, and now we have an actual monster on the field. Shugoki is such a terrifying presence. I hate fighting them because they're so hard to beat, but I love playing them because it's basically playing For Honor on easy mode. Then the reason why is because of this one piece of advice I can give you. It's not just about the mix-ups, it's about your hyper armor. Shugoki has hyper armor on like everything. Don't be afraid to trade blows. Don't be afraid to like say, okay, you want to hit me? Sure, I'll hit you at the exact same moment. Trade your blows, trade your hits because you can afford to. You are a meat tank. You can take the hits because you're just a walking monster. You are the demon of the battlefield. And because you're the demon of the battlefield, what do you have to fear? Make them fear you. That is how you play the proper Shugoki boy. Alright guys, so we've had a lot of fun talking about the awesome warrior mentality of the samurai. We've now got to take a few steps into the weeb culture. We've got to take a few steps into the kawaii. Tune in next time when we talk about the cutesy kawaii warrior of the samurai, the Nobushi. We'll see you there.